Right guys, it's Thursday the 15th of June. I'm at home at the moment because I've had a bit of a sports related injury. Say sports, I went out for a run and fucked my knee up, so I'm sort of working from home at the moment. So I thought it's about lunchtime, so I thought in my lunchtime I will get off a couple of reviews for the SMaSH beers. So this is the first time I've ever done any of the SMaSH beer competitions. First time I've ever done any beer competitions. So David, the Welsh brewer, sent us through the list of the beers that are in our group. I mean, I can't tell you what group I'm in, I won't tell you. I was about to say, but I can't, I'm not going to. I don't actually know that matters. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And we have to rate each beer on appearance, aroma, flavour, mouthfeel and overall impressions. I rate ranking it from 1 to 10 on each of them, and then submit them in. Now there are, in the group that I'm in, there are 8 more beers, or 8 beers to review. I got sent 9, but one of them was my own one back, which says all about my one, I think, to be honest. I think a few people will send mine back to me once they try it. But anyway, the first one that I'm going to try, just out of, putting it out of the fridge, no particular order, is XZX IIT R5H Q8C. 5.1% American Amber Ale, 36.5 IBUs, 20 EBC. It's made with Munich malt and Falconer's Flight and Cross Maloof US Pale Ale yeast. You can see that. So what my plan is, I'm not gonna. So on the link that David sent, there's all the beers and numbers that are in our group. And you click on it and it takes you to a sheet where you fill in the marks. But first of all, before I do that and submit it, I'm going to write it all down. So I've just got them all here, paste it on here, because that way I'm going to try a couple now, probably a couple tonight, being the Thursday. Tomorrow I might try and do the same tomorrow, seeing as I'm home again, and then that way I think I'll be able to perhaps go back and change some of the results, because I'm drinking them sort of quite close together. I'll get an idea for what one I think is actually the better one and what one I think should win our group, blah blah blah. So that's my plan anyway. So this is the first one, I'll try another one in a minute. So let's crack it open. Yellow cap. Okay, good fizz. A bit of gunk around the smells good. A bit of gunk around the bottleneck, but let me pour it from that side. I'm assuming that quite a few of these will be bottle carved, bottle conditioned. So there's the notes, that's a good idea. So let's pour this and go and pick them up again. I don't know if you can see that, guys. Can you? Hopefully you can. Blimey, wow. Well, it's well carved, that's for sure. You can see that rather lively in there. It's going mad in that glass there. I'll go and get pick up my notes. I'll go and get I don't think a torch will do much in this light. Oh, I forgot to do that. Yeah. Alright, right. I don't know if you'll be able to see this in the weather out here, but good hell. Yeah, that's nothing, is it, to the weather here, but I think you can probably see it anyway. Right. It is appearance, right? Appearance, first off. I think that is beautiful. It's almost like the head is tiny bubbles, but it's almost like it's fairly dark. It's not brown, but it's erring towards that colour. Don't know what 20. I have to have a look at what 20 EBC is on the scale, but it's certainly erring towards sort of getting to like a browny colour. Bubbles are absolutely streaming up this. I love very well carved beer, so this is my sort of type of beer, really, I would have thought, or my style anyway, that's for sure. Aroma, what I'll do, I'm going to try and suck some of this head off. Right, so aroma. Excuse me. Doesn't smell fruity. I don't know what Falconer's Flight is meant to give off as an aroma, or meant to be like to taste, if you like, but it's smelling more bitter than fruity. You can smell bitterness, if you like. I'm trying to think of what I'm getting there as an aroma. I can't quite place it. Perhaps more sort of berry-like than citrus fruity. Yeah, definitely sort of more berryish than more berry fruit than a citrus fruit. That's for sure. Taste. That's a lovely beer. Really tasty. I tend to go personally for more sort of your hoppy, citrusy type beers. This is much more of an ale type lager. An ale type lager? What am I talking about? An ale type beer. But really, really refreshing. That's absolutely lovely. Yeah, really nice and refreshing. Mouthfeel. The carb, it doesn't taste as carved as it looks. There's not a real fizz on your tongue, which is nice. So it's quite smooth actually, which was really surprising seeing how it came out of the bottle and how it actually looks. I mean, the bubbles are still streaming up there. However, you know, when you drink them sometimes, you sort of think, oh blimey, it's almost like having like a refresher in your mouth, as it attacks your tongue. But this doesn't do that. You have that fizz at the back of your throat, which is really nice, really nice. The head, as you can see, isn't really. I mean, so we've got half finger of head left there after drinking that down, and it's kind of not completely disappearing. It's a lovely, creamy, smooth-looking head, I've got to say. After this, I'll make some notes after doing the video. I don't want these videos to be too long, because there's going to be ultimately 8 of them. So. A lovely beer. Probably wouldn't be something that I would go for myself, because I say I prefer the sort of citrusy, those kind of hop beers. So I don't know if Falconer's Flight is my type of hop, but that said, it's really well made, really lovely taste to it. And you know, enjoyable, and it's certainly, I mean, that head beautifully creamy, really is. So whoever has done XZXIITR5HQ8C, well done, you've done a great beer there. That's excellent. Okay, so got the second bottle out. As I say, there's no particular order I'm putting these out in. It's pardon me. It's purely how I've put them into the fridge. So the second one coming out, still got a bit of the first one left there. Drain that. I'll put a drop back. I've got some left of that one. Sorry. I'm digressing here a little bit. Oh, for fuck's sake. Neat. Right. So I've got a different glass. I've got to apologise to whoever's done this one because I've got a stout glass, but I don't think it will matter too much. This is entry number 33H MPM PDT HD4. So whoever that is, I'm sure you're sitting on the edge of your seat, anxious about this right now. Oh fucking hell! Hold on a minute. Well, actually, this will be interesting because this is the same hop. I didn't actually know this is a flute. So 4.8% American Pale Ale. It's Baird's Pale Ale malt, whereas this was Munich malt. Falconer's Flight hops. So it'll be interesting to get the difference here actually. And Crossmolid Real Ale yeast. So yeah, they're slightly different yeast. This is a Pale Ale yeast. This is a Real Ale yeast. I'm assuming that's correct, that they've actually put that in right, but so let's see. That'll be interesting. Hiss again. Smells completely different. Out of the bottle, I mean that's straight off of the. That's obviously straight off of the malt used there. It's really interesting. Again, it's another berry smell, so I'm assuming that's. I was really going to look up what the Falconer's Flight's meant to give, so I know what I should be tasting as to what I am actually tasting. Right, tell you what I'm going to do. I poured that. Look, right. So let's do impressions again. What the hell is that? The lights, ain't gonna do fuck all, I don't think, in this outside here. But again, its bubbles are streaming up. This one hasn't got the head like the other one did. That could be to do with the glass that I poured it into. You see me? To do with the glass that I'm pouring it into, but the bubbles are flying up there, absolutely flying up. Much different colour, obviously. I mean, you compare one, so you might not be able to see at the end of that, but compare one to the other. This is say much different. This is more of a golden colour. It's still fairly dark, much more golden than the last one. 7.3 EBC. This one, that was 20 EBC. The last 37.9 EBUs versus 36.5. So similar sort of bitterness. 4.8% versus 5.1, you won't notice much difference in there. It's noticeable that the head is very different on here. It's not hanging around as long as the other one was. It's dissipating quite a bit, and obviously there isn't as much head on it. The aroma is completely different. I'm going to go and get the tasting notes on Falconer's Flight very quickly. I've got a computer in there, so bear with me, we'll be back in 2 seconds. Right, so I was fucking wrong. Falconer's Flight is floral, citrus, tropical fruit. Now, the funny thing was, from the first beer, with that malt, I didn't really get that at all. I didn't get citrusy tropical fruit, but like I said, this one it's different. It is definitely more citrusy, definitely, but I don't get massive tropical fruit off of it. that is more my cup of tea than that one. But very clouds at the moment. But obviously it's the same hop. That's purely from the malt that's being used, which is really, really interesting. So this is used the pale ale malt, whereas this is used the first one that I tried has used a Munich malt. The mouthfeel of this one is definitely more. It's not as creamy as the last one of the mouthfuls. It's not as, doesn't feel as sort of as thick on the tongue. Again, it's not overly carb. It's really interesting how the two different with the same hop, with different malt, can taste that much different. That's really, really interesting. You know, you think that, you know, I'm early to brewing, guys, so I've been doing it since November last year, so it's what, June now, so let's say November. I literally brewed my first beer in November, so I'll do it for like 7-8 months or some kind of thing. Excuse me. And just seeing and experiencing this is a really interesting experiment to do. Particularly when stuff like this happens. That's a complete fluke that I got two of the hops out the same, but it's really, really interesting for someone like me to experience that, you know, the difference in colour, the difference in taste, just purely from the malt from one to the other is fantastic. Which goes to show the variety of what you can do when you're brewing and what you need to sort of look at and think about. Absolutely great. So this beer, it's got as I say, this is more kind of up my street. It is more citrusy than the last. Bitterness is, I can taste it's higher, which is weird because there's IBU of the first one was 36.5, the IBU is 37.9, so there's not much in it, but I can taste more of the bitterness in this one than I did in the last. Now, I have no idea how to measure the IBUs yet. It's one of those things that I don't really actually, I mean, I'm more interested in the ABV of the beer rather than the IBU, personally, and I don't know, I mean, I can plug it in and work it out, but I don't know whether what I'm putting out is right or not, but anyway. This one tastes more bitter to me, but maybe that's the citrusy of it than the last one. But as I say, it's a really, really interesting experiment. This is, I would definitely go for this over the previous one. No offence to anything. It's personal preference. Some people are real ale drinkers. Some people are, you know, prefer real ale off of a pump, a cask, rather than more of a sort of crafty beer off of a keg. I'm massively in the keg party there. So something that's a bit lighter and a bit fizzier and can be drunk really cold is more my kettle of fish. So the fact that I prefer this one over the previous one, it doesn't make it a better beer than this one. You see what I mean? Hopefully you do, because I don't want to criticise anyone particularly. This is just more my kind of thing. I'm not saying that one beer is better than another. I hope I dug myself out of that hole there. Anyway, this is lovely. The last one was lovely. I'm going to crack on and get my marks down on my sheet that keeps blowing away. But whoever done 33 HMPM PDT HD4, thank you very much. That was very enjoyable. Right guys, It's Thursday evening now, so time for SMaSH beer number 3. This one is code number BTV 6JY Y1LZ30. It's an American Pale Ale, 5.1%, pale malt, and Simcoe and US05 is what they've used. So pale malt, Simcoe hop, and US05 yeast. So let's go for that open. Oh, not a massive hiss. Oh, that's a beautiful smell like that. Oh wow, love that. Quite aggressive with that, I think. Right, there was. I'll leave a bit in the bottom. Yeah, it's not as, it's still well carved, but it's not, certainly not as fizzy as I'd say the first two that I've had. Windy, you might get blown away. It's nice and clear. Yeah, it's beautifully clear, that. Bubbles streaming up there. As I say, not quite as carved as the previous two. Bloody cold. I'm not getting as much aroma as I was getting out of the bottle. It's not massively coming out. I mean, when you open the bottle, I thought it really smelled very hoppy, very, very nice. It's a little bit more subtle now. Going for a taste. Yeah, definitely not as carved as much as the others, straight away. I think that needs to get, it's really super cold. I think I need to get that a little bit warmer. Certainly tasting a lot more bitter than the first two that I've had. It doesn't tell you the EBUs on here, but there's certainly a lot more bitterness in this one that I can taste. Yeah. Because it's, I think this one's pale malt. I can't remember what the others were, to be honest with you. The one was Munich, I think the other one was pale as well. No, it wasn't, it was something else. I said it in the review, I'll go back and look at it. But this is it's a lighter beer to me, but it's got more bitterness in there. I'm not getting a hell of a lot off the hop. It's there, but it's right on the back for me. It's very subtle. Yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave that to warm up for a bit, because I think serving it this cold really is cold. Doing it a bit of a disfavour, because it's not. There's just no. I think that will taste different after warming up for a little bit. So I'm going to leave it for a tad, and let that warm up for a few minutes or so, and then come back to it. Cheers. Right, well, I'll tell you what. I've left that to warm up for a bit, and it's made a massive difference to it. Huge difference. Really, the aroma, everything's coming out now. Much more citrusy coming out. I'll tell you, I'm really glad I did that, because I was given that a disservice by drinking that as cold as it was coming out of that fridge. It's really nice now. Wow, massive difference. It's like the smell, the aroma, really sort of citrusy now. So that's Simcoe. Massive difference by drinking it slightly warmer than being very cold coming out of that fridge. I think I need to turn that fridge up a bit. Yeah, even the bitterness has come down a bit now, which is strange. I didn't think it would do that by warming up a bit. It's a lot smoother. The taste isn't as strong as the aroma is, for me. And certainly, that's 5.1%, and that's not tasting anything like a 5.1%. It doesn't taste. It tastes a lot. It tastes sort of like. Sorry, I'm guessing about 4.5%, something like that. More like to me. It doesn't taste as strong as like over a 5% plus beer. Yeah, definitely the taste isn't as strong as the aroma is now. It's a nice beer. It's not a bad beer at all. Trust me, it's a hell of a lot better than mine, so I find it very hard to criticise anyone. It just, for me, could do that a little bit more of a kick of the Simcoe. I don't know what, obviously we don't know how much quantities we used or anything like that. I don't know what timings or anything. But for me, it just needs a little bit more of a kick of the hop in there on the taste. Say the aroma's coming through lovely now, but the taste of it doesn't quite give you that same kind of the same kind of taste as what you're expecting to get off that aroma. Anyway, a nice beer, another good one, another one that's right up there, much better than mine. Although not being rude, but it wouldn't be hard to do much better than mine that I've done. But guys, thank you very much. And I'm going to crack open number 4. Okay, right, so number 4 is HZA UQZ APH G5U. It's an American Pale Ale, Pale Ale Malt, Nelson Sauvin Hop, and USO5, 5.5%, 40 IBUs. So let's crack it open. Ooh, bigger gush, that one. It's not massively carved, so almost identical appearance in colour to the last one, very similar. So it's exactly the same, this, apart from this is the hop's different. So this is Nelson Sauvin, and I never know how to say it. It's Nelson Sauvin, whatever it is. It's Nelson Sauvin, and the last one was Simcoe. So again, this might need a little bit of warming up coming out of the same fridge. Yeah, so the aroma of this one is coming out a little bit more. Yeah. Let's have a taste of that. Yeah, it is coming out more of this one with the bit more of the citrus. Let's have a quick taste. Oh, definitely more hop in that one. Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, that's yeah, fabulous. I can really get the really getting the citrus taste off that. Again, it's not massively carb. Head kind of does dissipate. There are tiny bubbles. Can't really see anything. It's not really streaming up the glass. So, of a personal preference, I would carb them a bit more. Obviously, we don't know how people are carbing them, whether they're going off of kegging it and going off a keg, or bottle conditioning. Not a lot left. Yeah, there is some at the bottom there. So maybe that is bottle conditioned. The last one. Yeah, perhaps it was. Yeah, it could be something at the bottom there. So perhaps bottle conditioned, but it's, you know, the head isn't disappearing, but it's very small. I mean, you've got sort of a third of a finger or so there. But I'm definitely getting more citrus coming up off this one. Oh yeah, yeah, that's a really good flavour, a really good taste. The appearance is it certainly is hazier than the other, so that would make sense in that if there are slightly more hops in this one, thinking maybe that would cause that slightly more hazy look. Definitely. The other one was clearer than this, and I'm assuming that is because of, you know, the hop that's in there, the extra hop that's in there. That's really nice. Really nice. A really nice beer. Again, it's funny, I don't know whether this is going to be a theme with this. It doesn't taste strong again. It doesn't taste so strong. That's even stronger. This is 5.5%. It's just not, I'm not getting the sort of hit of something being that sort of alcoholic. But flavour-wise, taste-wise, that is delicious. Really nice. So that's the Nelson 7 hop. Really tasty. Yeah, really good. Really like that beer. I could knock a few of them back for sure. I'd say probably out of the ones that I've tasted so far, so this is the 4th one that I've had today, I'd say from a personal preference that's probably my favourite so far. Delicious, that one. Yeah, so that's HZAUQZAPHG5U. Very nice. Yeah, I'll enjoy drinking the rest of that. So thank you very much. Cheers, and onwards and upwards. That's it for today. I'll probably get a couple done tomorrow, maybe. I'm off again tomorrow, being Friday, and but the Trouble and Strife doesn't work on a Friday, so she's going to be around, and so are the twins as well. So I'm going to get some. I might actually have to do some work. I've been working, yeah, obviously. So anyway, that's got nothing to do with SMaSH Beers, boys. Thank you very much, and girls. Thank you very much. Look forward to the next ones.